JustHearMeowt, coming to you from the road. I'm not going to be looking at chat or anything, so won't be able to respond to your messages. But I'm heading to the Walgreens because they finally have Adderall in stock and I can pick it up. Anyway, Lorne, for those who don't know, Lorne Armstrong is trying to get off probation, and the last we had heard, we were waiting for the judge's ruling. Well, the judge has filed an update, and it kind of explains to me why it's taken longer than I think it should. So basically, what happened previously when Lorne doxed himself in all those documents and asked that they be sealed, I think his probation officer contacted the court, whatever, they got pulled down, and then they were put under seal. And that was the last line item that we saw. Well, that was order number 71 in the docket. Now we have 74 and 75 today, which means there was 72 and 73 before this. And one of those was the judge's order to Lorne saying, hey, you have 14 days to explain to me why each of these items should be sealed, under what grounds. And instead of doing that, the judge pointed out, Lorne failed to reply, but did send a letter on the 29th of June, which is the thumbnail of this stream, in his little chicken scratch handwriting, saying, to the clerk of courts, this is the documents for this case, right? And so he redacted it himself, the actual documents. What the piece of shit didn't do was redact anyone else's information. He redacted, Ashley's name and the emails of his family members, but he went ahead and left Wes's email out there and everyone else that were in those screenshots, remember, from Facebook, whether the names are real or not. He made sure to leave all those, but just redacted the information he cared about. He also blacked out the word Ashley, which is weird. So it's whatever. Anyway, so nothing yet. The way I had been estimating when we would get judge response was based on last time. So every time there's something filed, there's 2 weeks from the other side to respond. When they do, then the other side gets 2 weeks to respond again, back and forth. And what happened last time was after the 2 weeks of no response, then the judge took a week and filed his order. And so I figured, well, the state isn't going to respond to Lorne. Give another week for the judge to do his thing, and we should see it right at the beginning of July. So now that we know that the judge's order was on the 16th, gave Lorne 14 days, he filed his notice of redacted documents. So basically the original documents are back up, minus the one from the child's doctor, and with just Lorne's little marker over it, which he could have done in the first place, like a moron. Why wouldn't you do that in the first place, you idiot? But they're back up, just redacted. Unfortunately, since we all have brains, Lorne, we have the copies that you didn't redact. Anywho, so that puts it June 29. Now, approximately a week after that, we've got the judge's order or response saying to Lorne failing to do what Lorne asked, or the judge asked Lorne to do. So again, I don't know if maybe there's a 14-day window now for the state to respond to his letter of redaction. I highly doubt the state will respond to it. So if that's true, 14 days plus another 7 for the judge, we'd be looking at 3 weeks, so we'd be right at the end of July. If there's no new 14-day window for the state, we're going to be, I would say, in a week, next Friday or the Monday after that. Unfortunately, I'm going to be camping next week, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So I'm personally hoping it comes the Monday afterwards, just because I don't want to be out of the loop. But if it does come out, we do have cell service out there. I probably will just do a live like this going through it. Less formal. Anyway, and there's zero chance that Lorne is getting off probation. So it's kind of a foregone conclusion. It's not really going to be an exciting reveal unless the judge hammers it. But Woodcock, tends to remain pretty neutral in his handlings with Lorne. He doesn't hammer him. He says, I wish you well, and you just for your own good stay off the internet. He doesn't insult him. We don't get any he's more like Kranik, I guess, but more jovial. What was the judge in? I don't remember the case now. There's one judge. He's more like Kouri Richins judge. Schwarznick? I don't remember. Erznick? Something Nick, right? Anywho, we'll be going live probably, if not tonight, with Todd Part 2 or Sarah Boone appeal. I mean, it's so many pages. And people have already covered it, so I don't know. It depends on when I get home. It would be a later stream. Most likely the stream will be tomorrow, Saturday, and hopefully another stream on Sunday. The truth is I've just been out of Adderall, and I got sick a little bit on Monday night into Tuesday morning. I think I poisoned myself with the ground clear that I was spraying. But that's all over. So, okay. Everyone kiss your fingers, delete your archives.